So the topic today is stop the tax madness. And let's get tax ready. So today we'll talk about tax tips in the last days of March that will make you happy entrepreneurs, consultants, and citizens of the United States of America. And we want to be happy. So most of you who follow me all the time, you know I'm always giving you a tip. And know that coming up is the April 18th tax deadline. And if you know that you're not going to be ready and you need some happy in your life, you need to probably give yourself some time and file an extension. I'll circle back on that more later, but there's some juicy stuff going on today in the news. Okay, so a couple of days ago, there was an article that hit the blackenterprise.com site, and Steve Harvey opened up about his $20 million tax issue. Okay, $20 million tax issue. And in one of the business groups that I'm in, people were, this became a topic. And I'm so happy because I've been so head down in my tax stuff and getting my clients ready and filed out that I actually didn't see the article when it posted. But I had to jump in on the conversation and bring it right here for you guys. And it brought me to the topic, stop the tax madness this March. Okay, so on today, I want to give you guys some tips to help you avoid a $20 million tax mistake. Let me look over here. Let me make sure I have it here so we can be reminded of what we're doing and who we're talking about. Sorry, y'all. I'm touching controls and I should be touching controls, right? So so look, we're going to talk about this $20 million tax mistake that our favorite TV show host experienced. And many of you may be saying, if you didn't read the article, why did he experience it? Let me first say this. It's not the accountant's fault entirely. Okay, and the way the article read was that Steve Harvey's accountant, he had paid the taxes to the accountant, and the accountant never paid the IRS. So from the reading of the article, he paid the money directly to the accounting firm, or maybe it was even a tax preparer that he was working with. First of all, I'm going to get into that in my tips. Make sure that you're working. Number one, make sure that you're working with a qualified accountant. Okay, we don't even know whether this person was an accountant, whether this person was a CPA. Honestly, let me say this. I'm so sick and tired of the accounting industry as a whole getting a bad rep for these non-accountants out here. Okay, accountants have accounting degrees. Let's start with that. Okay, so before we dive into this, I feel like I need to defend the accounting industry and CPA life as a whole, right? CPA is the highest form of integrity that you can have. Get you one if you need one. But if you feel like I can't afford a CPA, or you may not need a CPA, make sure that you're working with an accountant. A CPA's job is to make sure that the confidence of the public is there. Okay? Many people ask me all the time, should I get an audit? Do I need audited financial statements? When do I need an audit, right? Audits happen, and we're not talking about IRS audits. We're talking about financial statement audits. Big companies get audits of their financial statements. These are self audits that big companies do because the bank is trying to make sure that before they give them the money, that the numbers are true. Same for you. If you're investing stock into a company, you want to make sure that that company's financial statements were audited. Audits simply let the public know when the CPA certifies it, boom, put our stamp of approval on it. What we're simply saying is these financial statements are materially accurate. Now, we're not saying that we checked everything. We're just saying that for the most part, it's right, and you can rely on what you see. And if it's wrong, it's just a little bit wrong. Okay, that's what audits are for. But this type of audit has nothing to do with the IRS. Okay, those are volunteer audits. So we as business owners often voluntarily say that we want to be audited, right? We want to audit our own financial statements because we want to make sure our own financial statements are right. Now, if you're saying, look, I don't need an audit, you bump that thing down and you say, get a review of your financial statements. Only CPAs can review. Now, then you could bump that down and say, what? I don't want to pay for a review. You get a whole you get a compilation. Get your financials compiled by an accountant, a CPA. You cannot get any old accountant to compile, review, or audit your financial statements. This must be done by a certified public accountant, and your CPA that does your accounting or helps you with your bookkeeping cannot be the same person who audits your financials because we're required to have independence. It's just like saying, hey, are your numbers right? So when your numbers are needing to be relied on by the bank or the insurance company, you're then required as a small business owner to be audited. All right, I'm sorry, y'all, for that diversion. Back to my favorite TV host problems. Tax madness. We got some tax madness going on back here. Okay, so to bring it back, y'all made me actually divert from what I was talking about to give y'all that tip. Okay, so here are the tips to help you avoid the $20 million mistake that our favorite tax host experience, right? Steve Harvey. Okay, Steve, I love you. If you see this, call me. I can help you. My phone is going crazy. Okay, I can help you, Steve. So if you see this, I'm right here in Atlanta. I am the best accountant in the world. Y'all, I'm plugging this whole thing. My background is in mergers and acquisitions. I work for a big four CPA firm. Two of them, as a matter of fact. I'm 14 years in entrepreneurship, and I understand how this problem happened. My name is Faisita Jackson. For those of you who are just joining me live and are here live for the first time, we are talking about the tax madness of our favorite TV show host, the Steve Harvey. All right, y'all. So anyway, here are the tips. I'm going to give them to you. Let's put Steve back up. All right, y'all. Number one, the first thing that you must do is get a qualified accountant. Okay, like I said earlier, an accountant has an accounting degree. Okay, and a CPA has passed the CPA exam, and depending on the state that you're in, has worked in the CPA profession for at least 1 year or 2 years, depending on the experience laws of the state. All right, y'all. I've been an accountant since I was 16 years old, and I'm almost 30 years into this whole thing. So the experience is here. Okay. So anyway, let me tell you guys what I know from experience was the problem, okay? And to help you avoid the problem. Number one, like I said, get a qualified accountant, qualified, all right? Number two, you need to understand your own tax situation. You cannot rely on someone else, even though they're your accountant, even though they're your CPA. You cannot rely on someone else um, to pay your debt or be responsible for your debt. So that leads me to number three, okay? Because it's your own tax situation. You must know that you are ultimately responsible. You are ultimately responsible, not your CPA, not your accountant, not your tax preparer, not your mama, right? You are responsible. And one of the things that the IRS, it mainly slaps entrepreneurs and any taxpayer on the wrist for showing up and saying, it was my accountant, it wasn't me, it was the person who prepared my taxes, it wasn't me. They say, you know what, you're supposed to understand your tax return, and that you are ultimately responsible. One of the things that people often get in trouble for is they look down at their return, and at the bottom, if the person didn't sign their return, they didn't do it. You did it. So you're in this thing all by yourself. So if you let your friend prepare your taxes on TurboTax, oops, we're not going to talk about other brands. But if you let your person prepare your taxes on one of these software brands or whatever, using a free tax software, they got free tax software at irs.gov. If you use that, Unless somebody puts you in financial trouble putting these tax deductions on here that are made up, helping you get these big tax refunds, guess who's in trouble? You are. You can, even if you claim that you work with a CPA who doesn't work with small business owners, who doesn't work with people like you, they got a regular old corporate job, because all CPAs aren't made the same, all accountants aren't made the same. Some of them actually moonlight as accountants, right? If they're moonlighting as an accountant, or even a tax preparer or whatever, people are titling themselves these days to get y'all to pay them to do their taxes. If this is happening and they did not sign your return, they are not responsible and you're in it by yourself. But even if someone, no matter who does your return, you are ultimately responsible. Okay, that brings me to number 4. Y'all ready for number 4? All right, number 4. Let me see if I got any comments in the chat. Y'all can talk to me in this chat. Okay, all right. Number 4, trust but verify. Okay, you got to trust but verify. In this situation, he trusted that his accountant actually, submitted the payment that he paid directly to his accountant. Number 1, never pay your money to anybody else for your taxes and expect that they put your money in, even if it is your accountant. We do not pay the taxes on behalf of our clients. Okay. If anything, we'll go online, irs.gov, and let you go ahead and make that payment directly, or you can pay it via a site called eftps.com, or you can go to pay1040.com to get your taxes paid. But make sure that when that money comes out of your account, it says that it came from the authorized payer, like pay1040.com, or that it came from irs.gov, Department of Treasury. You can pay directly at the IRS website right now. So to make sure that your payments are going directly to the IRS, start at www.irs.gov, right? And then go in and pay whatever you're going to pay. They have authorized payers right there for you. Now, that leads me, I'm still talking about trust but verify, but that leads me into my number 5, okay? Another way for you to trust but verify is to check your e-services account with the IRS. Okay, make sure you set up your e-services account with the IRS. If you don't have an if you have not yet set up your e-services account at www.irs.gov, it's like having debt with the bank and not having any access to your bank statements. You never got a statement, but you around here, in debt. So many of you guys, you got credit cards, right? You got you have your home mortgage. Okay, you also have the tax collector. Many of people in the world are confused. All of us are confused here in the United States. We actually believe that, the IRS is a charity. Okay, yes, they do issue refunds, but the IRS people is a tax collector. So make sure that you have a good relationship with your tax collector, which is a debtor, and making sure that you check in your account, you establish your e-services account, because in the recent years, with technology, the IRS has bumped up their game. Okay, they have an e-services system. Go to www.irs.gov, set up your e-service account. There, you can find out if your taxes were actually filed. You can find out if your taxes were actually paid. You can find out how much you owe. You can find out if you missed the free stimulus money or the free refunds that are due to you, because it'll say it at the bottom. You didn't get it. So go to e-services. And one of the things you need to do, and this is a tip for this tax season, nothing to do with Steve, but for this tax season, you need to make sure that you are that you have checked to see if you got that $1,400 everybody got last March. Because if you qualified for it and you didn't get it, they'll add it. Your accountant or you or whoever doing your taxes, hopefully it's a qualified person, will add it to the tax return. Okay. All right. So you'll get that free money, because y'all get confused. That's free money. It's a tax credit, right? From our tax collector, the IRS, our debtor. All right. So let me not go on that too long. Number 6, look at your return. You can avoid mistakes with the IRS. You can avoid $20 million mistakes. Look at your tax return. Make sure that you agree with the debt that you owe. And if you don't agree with it, Talk to your accountant. Your accountant should make you understand this is why you owe today. Okay, this is what you can do not to owe tomorrow, right? And is there anything we can do on this return? No, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. That's kind of how we do it in our firm. We don't, not one of our clients leave unhappy. We focus on happy entrepreneurs, happy clients, right? We want you guys to be happy. Okay? Even if you owe, you need to be happy. Okay? Thank you, Chrissy. Welcome, child. Let them know, right? You got to be happy about what you're doing. You got to be happy with how much you owe. You guys owe your credit card companies, right? You're not walking around mad about that. It's because you know what you owe and why you owe. You owe your credit card company because you know you spent the money. Okay? You owe the IRS because you know you made the money and you captured all your deductions. I'm talking to you entrepreneurs out here, y'all. Y'all gotta look at your returns and know that you captured everything. All right. That's why, I found this Pocket More Profit Boot Camp. Make sure you join it. All right. And so that you don't find yourself in this situation and you can look at your own tax return that whoever prepared and understand it. All right. Number 7, verify payments are made. All right. And I've already talked about that. I'm gonna number 7, verify payments are made. All right, at your e-services account. When you owe and you know that you paid, make sure you go back to the irs.gov website, log into your account, and make sure that payment made it there. Okay, make sure the payment made it there, because if it did not, it's nobody's fault but yours. Let me say that again. If it didn't make it there, it's nobody's fault but yours. So you can't blame anybody. So make sure you set up this e-services account. It's key to you guys knowing what's going on with your tax debt. All right. Number 8, check your business account. Do you know how many times I work with people and they don't even know when their refund hit, or they didn't even know that they got a tax credit? Check your bank account. Know when your refund hit. Know when your payment left, and know who it was left by. All right. So what I want you guys to do is make sure that you stop the typical habit that people have around taxes, typically only checking the IRS website for refunds. Okay. So if you got nothing from me here today, but hey, stop checking the IRS site and thinking that the IRS website is only for checking refunds. You should have an e-service account. The IRS is a debt collector. Okay? Know that, number 1, the IRS is a debt collector. Number 2, the refund is an overpayment of taxes. That means that you actually overpaid. Overpayment means, hey, you owe this money. It's like on your credit card, right? If you owed $500 on your credit card, but you spent them $1,500, the credit card company is going to send you $1,000 back. That's what a tax refund is, people. Okay? So yeah, we want to know when our refund is coming back, but we also, want to make sure that we are aware if we're in debt with the IRS. So many people are afraid. They play peekaboo with the IRS. They're like, look, if I don't see it, it's not there. It's not true. Even if you don't see it, the tax debt is there. And you can manage tax debt. You can actually get your tax debt down. There are programs that can help people who feel as though they owe for multiple years. We help with that, right? There's programs that can help you get there. So you guys have to, and you must, stop the tax madness, okay? And make sure that you're getting yourself tax ready, okay? So people are confused, like I said, about your relationship with the IRS. The IRS is a collector that does great goodwill and also issues free money. Let me hear you say free money. All right. The IRS is a great source because it helps us, I'm not talking about bad about the government. So I'm not talking about the IRS. We're talking about state industries. Our government's job is to collect funds to keep the government running. Okay, we all pay a percentage of the income that we make to make sure that the government stays running. All right, and we want you guys to get it right, right? So the government is issuing money like tax credits, right? Don't think your refund is free money. That is not free money. That is money that you're getting back. You owed 500, you paid 1,500, your refund is 1,000. It is not a gift, okay? It is an overpayment that you yourself are getting back, okay? So y'all got that? All right. So, let me say this again because I have it in my note. The IRS and the government issue free money on behalf of the government, but is a bill collector. Your state, whatever state you live in, is a bill collector. If you have to pay taxes in your state is a bill collector. The IRS, the federal government, is a bill collector that also gives out free money. We want to make sure that the bill is based on the correct number, which is our taxable income, which is why we do our accounting as entrepreneurs, which is why we stay up on tax deductions that are allowed to us as people and citizens and entrepreneurs of the United States. We want to also keep up with tax credits. That's the free money that you get in the form of a refund or to help you pay the taxes that you owe. All right? Like Peter in the Bible, Peter was a tax collector. Did y'all know Peter was a tax collector? Peter was a tax collector, and so is the IRS. But we can help you with your situation to stop the tax madness and get tax ready. We want to help you file an extension. We can help you through the tax madness. Get started with a tax extension to give yourself a little more time to get it right. Okay, the extension is here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me put it on against my white shirt right here at the bottom of the screen. Right here. Go to accountedthisway.com. That is where you can go to file an extension. We will be able to help you. Where it says EIN number, put your social security number. We will be able to file that for you, and someone on my team will see you get a welcome email. Send us your prior year tax return if you're not a current client, and we will make sure that you get yourself 6 more months to file your taxes. So if you need past April 18th to get your taxes done or to get your numbers right, make sure that you file an extension. It will give you until October 15th. All right. So many people waste time and money on tax penalties and interest for 2 reasons: missed tax deadlines and incomplete financial reporting and tax returns. Don't let this be you. You can also join me and not let this be you in our next boot camp. Pocket More Profit Boot Camp. I will join live. If you go ahead, if you've already registered, I will give you guys a special gift on March 28th, and we will do the 3-day series though on in a week or two. I can't remember the date because we are live. Let me look on here. I can look at my calendar while we're here, and I'll give that, guys, to you. And I did not give that to my video team. They're probably kicking me right now. She's looking at me like I can see her in the background, y'all, in my control room. The flipola is you talking about, woman? All right. So I am looking at the 7th, 8th, and 9th. As long as that is not Good Friday, because I think Good Friday is coming up. So it's going to be the week of April 4th, which we're just pushing it a week out. I will give you guys the 3 days. So it only takes 3 hours, which is over 3 days for you to do the work, show up, do the work, show up, do the work. You'll be tax ready to reduce your taxes, because you can't fix a problem that you don't know. So we want to make sure that you know it and you can grow from it by joining the Pocket More Profit Boot Camp. All right, y'all. I am Spicy the Jackson. I got to go because my client is waiting over in the other room. He was so gracious to let me jump on this live and be late. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. You can share it by going right here to X Financial CPA is right here, xfinancialcpa.com. In our blog section, we always post the replay of this video under the blog section. You can see it. You can even see my write-up on it and share it with your friends. Don't grow and profit alone. Stop the madness. If you meet a friend and they unhappy with their accountant, or they were with an accountant and they just had bad bedside manner and couldn't explain their tax return to them, send them this way to accountantthisway.com. They can file an extension. Don't worry about it, but go here to Exponential CPA. You can find out how to work with us. Don't miss the tax extension. Let me see. I think that's all I have for you guys. My name is Spicita Jackson. I am the accountant that you love. I'm CEO and founder of X Financial Inc. We do business in the marketplace as taxplus365.com. We are a accounting and financial advisory firm located in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia. Not really, we're in historic College Park, right by Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. We are a live, real CPA firm. We would love to work with you. We help, where's my little thing? We help entrepreneurs their business. Lord, I'm trying to do a little video clip. We well, I'll just do it without it. We help entrepreneurs pocket more profit and grow their business so that they can reinvest that profit back into their own business and reach their unlimited life. So until next time, y'all, join me back here next Friday, 9 a.m.-ish. I love y'all, and don't forget to move your profit in the right direction. Hey, and that's up.